Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the beta launch of Gateway OMS version 2. In this short webinar this morning, I'm going to take you through all the new features and some of the reasons why it's now working like it's working. So we're very excited to present this to the market, and anybody that would like can start using the beta version straight away after this webinar. So just contact our support team and we'll let you have a link. So let's kick off. Key principles. You're going to see in a minute, and I'll take you on a live tour, that it looks a lot different from the old one. Clearly, the old one was sort of 4 or 5 years old and the interface looked a bit dated. So you can see from the screenshots on the right-hand side here that it's a lot cleaner and more modern looking. And there's some nice little touches to help you see things easier, let you choose what you see on your screen, new drop-down styles, tick boxes to make things faster. So you'll get to see all of that in a minute as I take you through the different aspects of the system. I guess one of the most useful features is when you first log in is the dashboard. So you've got a nice user-friendly dashboard now that tells you what's going on in the world. And we'll take a look at a real-time dashboard in a minute. Then there's a whole new user management interface designed obviously for functionality. So there are some extra features in there, which again, we'll take a look at in a minute, and gives you a better view of the world at a glance and helps you get to information faster. Extra tabs for details. So within things like orders and products, there's a new layout, more advanced, faster searching to make it easier for you to find the information you're looking for. And there's been a lot more thought put into process, over the last 4 years. We've had so many different requests for things. We've tried to build all of that in to version 2. More bulk actions. So you have an easier select option, which you'll see in a minute, and then lots of different things you can do, at the click of a button. So we'll present all of those. We've also put a lot more into the production side of the system to make workflow easier, and we'll kind of explain some of them. So there's a lot of new features in the production side of the system. So now the workflow is more, I would call, simple. You can get an order from anywhere, and then you can manage the job through our production system in several different ways. But we think the routes through the system have been made clearer and easier. Quite a bit more on-screen management for production jobs as well. As the world moves away from paper, and the concept is you end up having a screen in each location, we've put more and more information on the screen to allow the person doing the job to find out more without, having to go away from their screen or workstation. New options for production management. So there's quite a lot more being put into the output formats and integrations with different machinery. So you can drive more from your screen from OMS. And clearly I'm giving you a whistle-stop tour of the system now, and I'll get to the live system shortly. But there's no reason, why you can't have a play. One of the beauties of version 2 and cloud-based software is you can actually log on and look at your existing system in version 2 now. They are completely compatible. So you can continue using the old one, or you can switch to the new one. It's your choice. Obviously, the new one is in beta mode at the moment, but, we've been using it extensively now for 3 months. Bulk action for production jobs. So there's a whole load of new things you can do from a production job, including, we'll move on to there, a whole load of new rules for batching jobs. So this is one bit I'll just dwell on quickly for you because there's a lot of power here. So in essence, we have the option now to start generating batches as soon as an order arrives. So the moment an order arrives into the system, it starts filling out a batch, and we've introduced cutoff times. So you could say, right, products batch at 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And you can put as many different cutoff times in as you want, depending on how busy you are. So that way the system will fill and run the batch, even if the batch template isn't full. We have the ability now to switch off the batch template artwork generation, so you can just use the batching system for routing orders to different machines. This is kind of obviously useful where you don't have to post-process the artwork and you simply want to use the system to route jobs to different machines. We've also got advanced integration now with Google Cloud Print. So that means any production device or job sheet printer or label printer can be given a nominated printer in advance. So there's no dialog box coming up. You just click a button and the system either produces the artwork or the job sheet or the label. So again, lots of time saving there for not having to do the extra clicks. And because OMS is a system designed, well, to make sure you don't have to do those extra clicks because you're processing orders of one, we've really focused on honing down the amount of time it takes to do each task and reducing the number of clicks. Because as we see it, we're one of the only systems out there in the world that's been designed to produce orders with batches of one. Job bins is a new system. So we think they're particularly useful when you're producing orders of one, but multiple line orders, so there's 3 items on one order. And obviously to save you postage, you don't want to be dispatching them separately. Or even if there are things coming from different areas of the factory or even different factories. So the bin system is particularly useful. Scan points, we've always had scan points, but we've introduced a lot more functionality within the scan points. So literally you can scan a barcode on the product or the job sheet and everything can be done based on that barcode. So we've got a lot more scan points and intelligence in scan points now. We've introduced the purchasing section, or beefed it up a bit. What that in essence means, if you're getting orders for jobs where you don't have stock, the system can now automatically requisition the stock for you and show you lists of orders and the status of orders and allow you to book them in. So it's kind of a dropship stock management system as well. And then finally, on the reporting side, we've just beefed that up a bit. So you've got a whole range of reports you can generate yourself or automatically email yourself every day. So that's the talking. Let's do a bit of doing now, shall we? And take a look at a dashboard. So hopefully you can see straight away. It's a new, fresher interface. And it tells me how many orders I've had today, how many orders I haven't actioned yet, which I think is really, really important, because one of the most common support desk things is people don't process all their orders. And when you're running a multi-channel environment, you've got orders hitting you from lots and lots of different sources. It's really important. So the system, when the orders come in, they're as received. And you can see there, this is just my demo system. These orders haven't been sent to a supplier or moved on to production. It tells me how many orders are in my factory at the moment and how many I've dispatched today. So it's kind of a nice way of just having a quick look. For a bit of usefulness, it shows you the last sort of 6 orders you've had through the system. And there's some really useful practical stuff here down the bottom that shows you literally how many orders you've received, like up the top here, but in a bit more detail. It shows you the actual status things are at. So it gives you a flavour and even gives you a percentage. So, it tells me here at the moment that 34% of my orders are still sitting with the status of received, so nothing's happening with them. 21 of them have been sent to other suppliers, and 6.4% at the moment are actually being made in my factory. And 37% of them have been dispatched so far today. So that's useful. And we've also added these warning sections down the bottom. So it helps you even then manage further. You have orders that have not been yet sent to supplier or started in production. So you literally from here can go and click on those orders. You can see they're down there at the bottom. And that will literally let you go into them and resolve the situation. So it's a really useful production manager's tool. And you have some orders that have errors. So that's useful as well, as in it'll show you orders there where there's a problem with them. They can't go into production yet. So you can manage those. So really, as a production manager or a business owner, this tells you everything you want to know about your business. And I'm not going to go into every screen, or our presentation would take the rest of the day, but I thought I'd just give you a brief highlight here of the new interface. So you can see it's a nice tab-based system along the top that highlights the tab you're on, and if there are sub-opportunities on there, it will let you go straight to them. We've kind of condensed the search down a little bit, but we've got now a new advanced section. So some of the more advanced ones, you can click advanced and go and search. And we've given you the option up here to say, don't want to see an image. So you can click there so you can fit more on the screen. Want to see an image or want to see a large image. So the presentation of what you see on the screen is kind of down to you. And then as you hover over something, we've now got these new quick keys on the end. And when you mouse over things, it'll tell you about them. So we'll go and have a look at those in a minute. Obviously, the normal information you used to have, like what the status is, pictures, order numbers, where it is, who the customer was. And then these new faster options. So if I click there, it takes me straight on to the items tab, tells me all about the product, gives me a little picture. If I am passing pricing through, it will let me see, but this can be switched off. And you've even got them then at the second level as well. If I want to see the artwork, gives me the artwork, lets me download it. Everything's been cleaned up, so it's just cleaner. You've still got the ability to add all the different bits that you want there. Files, if you've got particular artwork, particular dispatch labels or source data, it lets you view the source information, billing, shipping, and obviously the history tabs there. It's just all a lot cleaner for you now and faster to get around. So if I killed that off, went back to my list, the select all's easier now. We've got a button there, or individual buttons, and then your bulk actions in terms of the different things you might want to do. Download your labels, do your dispatch notes, etc. So I think the whole experience is faster, cleaner, and can be personalized more for you. I guess one of the other things I was just going to show you quickly, because we haven't got much time left on this presentation, but obviously more than happy to give anyone an in-depth presentation, or existing users, you can have a log on to the system today. So let's just take the scenario here where I go straight to the line, and that's the ID that would be on the job sheet or printed on the product or wherever it may be. So if I went to a scan point now, so I could be sitting on production and a job could come up to me. So it could be the product with a label stuck on it, a barcode label. It could be a job sheet with a barcode label on it, or it could be the actual artwork with a barcode label built into it. Any of those things work. When I scan my barcode label into there, it instantly brings up a picture of the job, tells me a little bit more about that job. And if I were to scan again now, like over here, so it's a double scan, so we deliberately do a single scan, it would actually now download the artwork. So I don't know if you can see in the bottom corner of the screen. And if I was using the hot folder integrations that we've set up with people like Cornet, Roland, Epsom, that then goes straight to the printer and starts printing. So it's literally that fast now. Scan however you want to scan, the job starts printing. So we've really refined the interface. We can go into the production system and batch things, individual things. So hopefully that gives you a flavor of your way around the system. And we've introduced a sub status on batches now as well. So you can add your own statuses into things, like we've got the QC statuses. I think we mentioned the bin and stuff like that. We've got all the different job statuses in production. So hopefully that's given you a whistle-stop tour of the system and how it works. And the beauty is obviously every time you go back into the batching side of things, it will refresh. So you can see different pictures of different orders on there now as they keep on refreshing. So this is live throughout the day. so your production management side could manage. So I hope you've enjoyed that presentation. custom-gateway.co.uk/print for more information, or give us a call. Thank you for your interest.